Good morning. It's Tom Sohn here, and today I'm going to talk through the art of deal making and negotiating. And you can use this in business, you can use it in property, or you can use it in general life. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And I'm going to go through three main tips. Now, there are loads of tips to deal making and negotiating, but I'm going to go through three tips with you today. Because this all came about when I got a compliment the other day, and I'm really proud of it, so I'm going to share it. But I got a compliment the other day from somebody who I would consider to be a really successful businessman, and he called me a really good deal maker. And that kind of made me think, okay, well, how am I a good deal maker? And I came up with these three, I would call them vital steps to any deal making and any negotiating for a deal. That's why I want to share them with you. And like I say, you can use these in your business. You can use them when you're trying to negotiate property deals, whether it's with an agent or a seller. It doesn't matter. You can use these. And these same tips, I think, work in everyday life. So hopefully you'll agree. So today, hopefully, you're going to learn about how to get more really good deals agreed and how you can negotiate the best deals. And also, this is going to sound a bit cheesy, but how to win the respect of those people that you deal with and hopefully get repeat business from that. So I probably also should say that deal making and doing deals, things like that, kind of has a negative image in the world, doesn't it? People see deal makers as, I don't know, wheeler dealer types, you know, the classic car salesman who's just trying to rip you off. And it's got a bit of a negative label on it where somebody has to lose. That's probably what I'm trying to get to. If there's a good deal maker, a good negotiator, somebody who does a lot of deals, they're obviously ripping someone off. Somebody has to lose in their deals. Well, actually, I would probably say that a bad deal maker makes losers in a deal. I definitely think that. A good deal maker only makes winners. In a good deal, everybody wins, right? But before we get started talking of deals and doing deals and things like that, I'm just about to open pre-registration for a property investor workshop. We're going to focus on flip to let, or buy, refurbish, refinance, some people call it. We'll go through how to find those property deals, how to do those deals, which I'm just about to give you the three tips on in a second, how to increase the value of a property, how to protect your risk. There are a lot of things in that workshop that a lot of investors don't consider. Also maximize your profit. We're going to go through some strategies there. We're going to talk about exit strategies and how you can get money out and get profit out. And we're also talking this workshop about starting the compounding process, how you can make your property portfolios grow, your profit grow and grow and grow. And we'll also touch a bit on lettings compliance as well, getting you ready to rent that property out. But anyway, I promised you three tips towards making the perfect deals and negotiating the perfect deals. Tip number one for making the perfect deal is that you've got to share everything. And I mean everything. You've got to start a good deal by being totally open and transparent and honest from the start. Now, some people feel uncomfortable with that, but I would urge you to overcome that fear and discomfort and share everything and include how much profit you're looking to make. You know, you don't have to mention pound notes, but you can mention margins or percentages. You know, if I'm going to buy a property for £100,000, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, then I need to be able to make this much profit for it to be a good deal for me. So start off your negotiations by sharing your calculations. How much, if you pay for it, if you pay this amount for it, let's take property for an example. If you pay this amount for the property, you're going to spend this amount on buying it, this amount on refurbishing it, and this is the profit you're looking to achieve. What that does for you is minimizes any room for negotiation. Now, there's always room for negotiation. Of course there is, but it minimizes that. Because now what's happening with the person that you're negotiating with is they now start to see, oh, well, okay, well, if I now start negotiating, I can see where this potential buyer is going to have to lower. So if you're saying to that buyer, I need to make 20% profit, and this is the same in business deals as well. If you're saying to a supplier or someone, anyone that you're buying something from, I need to make 20% profit here, then when they negotiate, they're saying, well, I don't want you to make 20% profit, right? It minimizes that room for negotiation. It also makes things clear from the start, absolutely undeniably clear what your objective is and how you want to get there. It also saves you time on dead deals. If you spend all your time trying to get a dead deal through, you're just going to waste your own time and money. So being open and honest from the start about what your calculations are, what your targets are, what your goals are, how you're protecting your risk, that will stop dead deals from taking up your time. I'd also just add into this that sharing your calculations will avoid you doing deals with greedy people. Nobody wants to do deals with greedy people. Who's with me on that? I pretty much hope all of you will agree with that. And by sharing your calculation and being quite assertive with your calculation, it tells the other person, look, I'm not looking to do deals with greedy people. This is what I'm trying to achieve. Try and think of that as well from the other way around. That person will also not want to do deals with greedy people. So if you're telling this person, I want to make 75% profit from you, then they're not going to want to do a deal with you. So avoid doing deals with greedy people, yes. You achieve that by sharing your calculations and your goals, but also don't be greedy yourself. I'll probably add that in as a little side tip. By you being open about your calculations, your goals, your targets, your objectives, then it enables other people that are in this deal, it enables other people that are in this deal to be able to calculate their risks, their rewards, their calculations, their targets and their goals. So if you share that with them, they can then set their agendas out to yours. Simple as that. It also sets the expectation, doesn't it? If you set out, this is the deal that I would like to do, this is how it benefits me, this is what I'm looking to achieve from it, then there's no messing around when it comes to what we're all expecting. Would that make sense? It also sets out timeframes as well. I'm looking to achieve this objective in this time frame. If you're okay with that, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, then hey, we can do a deal. If not, we maybe can't do a deal. I may be not the right buyer for you. So share everything. If you're going to do a good deal with somebody, share everything. Tip number 2 with making the best deals that you can possibly make is for you to ensure that every single person involved in that deal benefits. Everybody must win. And that is a rule you must never, ever move away from. I promise you that's how things will work. Because think about it. Happiness in a deal equals motivation. It's what motivation is made by. If you're not motivated to go and achieve something that you're not happy about, right? So you have to be happy with the deal, and that includes you. Every single person has to be happy with the deal. So that creates motivation and drive and determination. When problems come up within that deal, it makes sure that people are going to do their best to overcome those challenges. And every deal has a challenge. There isn't a deal on the planet that doesn't have any kind of challenge, big or small. And this includes suppliers and services as well, especially if you're in business. If you're doing a deal with another business and it's going to involve some lawyers, it's going to involve some accountants, it's going to involve other services, other suppliers, they have to succeed too. They have to achieve their targets as well. And, I've always said, I've said it in this other videos before, that, you can negotiate on products, but don't negotiate on services. Pay what is beneficial to the company that's providing that service. You start haggling services, you start getting a lesser service. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, so everybody must win to be motivated to achieve the deal. And for you, as the person making the deal, try and think about how that person benefits. Try and think about, without any greed whatsoever, try and think, how is this person going to win from this? What are they going to win? And ask them to be open and transparent. Whenever I speak to suppliers or services for my business, I always try and understand what they're making out of it so that I can help them towards that. And I know that then everyone is open and clear and transparent. Everyone's got to make profit. Every business has to make profit. If somebody's not making profit, then they're not going to want to work for me. Simple as that. And then within this, ask every person in that deal, are you happy with the deal? Is there anything we can do to improve the deal for you? Now, look, obviously, everybody wants to make profit. Everybody wants to make a bit of money and get something from every deal. Of course they do. So ask those people, are you happy with this deal? Would you improve the deal? How would you improve the deal? And also, don't fight with other people's goals. If someone else says to you, I want to make profit from this deal, don't argue that. Don't fight with it. Try and make the deal around it so that you make profit, they make profit, and everybody benefits from this. Work it towards their goals and agenda so that everybody benefits. And just imagine the other way around. If you said, look, I really need to make this amount of profit from this deal, or I really need to achieve this goal from this deal, and they start arguing with you and start fighting you and start minimizing what you can get from it and haggling you. It's just not a nice process. It's not a nice feeling. It makes you less motivated to do a deal. And even if you're backed into a corner and you have to agree this deal, it makes you less motivated to drive towards that deal. And I'm just going to repeat as well that everybody must win. This is vital. Everybody's got to win, because if everybody doesn't win, you're going to increase your chances of a deal falling through. I promise you. Goes without saying. So tip number 3, when it comes to making the best deals and negotiating the best deals you could possibly do, is remember this: greed is a weed. You got to get rid of it. And that's not just you, that's with other people as well. If you are doing a deal and you feel like you're getting away with murder, you're getting away with something you shouldn't, this is a bit too easy, a bit too good to be true, then it probably means that somebody along the line, somebody in this deal is not happy. Because a good deal does not have to be made at somebody else's expense. And that's what I said earlier on about the negative label of a good dealer, a good deal maker, a good business person, all those sorts of things. A good deal is not at somebody else's expense. And nobody has to lose in a deal, I promise you. Now, yeah, look, you could go into a supplier, a shop, a trader, or whatever, and there are some people in the world that drive for themselves entirely. And I get that. Everybody has to have an element of selfishness, right? But selfishness is not greed. That's two different things. Selfishness is looking after yourself, making sure that you're okay, you're taken care of, you're protected. Good thing. But nobody has to lose in a deal. Now, a greedy person, a greedy investor, or a greedy business person may well win one deal. They might get profit in one deal. But a greedy person will always be a greedy person, and they won't generally get repeat business from that same person. That same deal they've just done, they won't get again if they've been greedy. And you'll always be labeled as greedy. If you are a greedy investor or a greedy business person, you'll always be a greedy person unless you change something. And you'll know because you'll feel like, yeah, I'm getting one over here. I'm getting one over on this person. It's just not the way it's done. And it's not the way to make good deals either. And let me also tell you that I know so many property investors. I've been doing this business. I've let and managed some 4,000 properties, and I've bought thousands of properties for clients and investors. I've worked with so many other business people over the last 20 odd years, that now there are business owners that I avoid. In business, I like them personally. They're good people. But in business, there are business people that I outright avoid, because they're greedy. And if they want to do a deal with you, it's always on their terms. It's always going to be for their benefit at the detriment of mine. So I just avoid them. And my estate agency and my letting agency, they avoid certain investors and working with certain people because they're greedy. Take my estate agency. There are investors that come to my estate agency and make stupid offers. So my estate agency just don't deal with them anymore. Greedy offers. And if you're a property investor looking to get ahead in property, then going around making stupid offers is only going to achieve that same thing. You're only going to get the call from the estate agent when they're desperate, right? Now, let's face it, everyone wants to be a property investor. So if you're last on the list of calls to make, you're getting the rubbish that gets to the end of that list. If you are a fair dealer, you're a fair trader or a fair investor who does the correct deals that makes your profit, but everybody else is happy to, then you'll get the first call. And that's the goal. You've got to get the first call. And look, think about repeat business. We all want to do more than one deal. I hope you want to buy more than one property. You want to grow more than one customer. You want to grow your business by more than 1%, right? You want to do more and you want to repeat and keep going and scale and compound and keep going. So think about the repeat business. Is this person that you're doing a deal with likely to want to do a deal with you again? If the answer is yes, and you know it's yes, then you're doing a good deal. And just remember this rule. So those are my 3 tips, by the way, but just remember this rule. Everybody wins, nobody loses. If you stick to that, everybody wins, nobody loses, that will make good deals. I promise you, good deals. And also remember that greed kills deals. Now, it might get one deal through, but it kills deals, plural. Greed kills deals. Do you know, I read James Caan's book. You remember the guy from Dragon's Den? If you get a chance to read that, it's a good book. And he talks a lot about this. He calls it the win-win-win. So whenever he does a deal, everybody, you win, you win, you win. Everybody wins. It's a good way to look at things. So greed kills deals, plural. Definitely remember that. And so just really in summary, first of all, definitely be open. If you're going to do the best deals that you could possibly do, you're going to negotiate the best deals. You're going to get the best deals agreed and over the line. That's important. You can get 10 deals agreed today, but none of them are going to get over the line if these tips haven't been followed. So remember, the first thing is be open and honest and transparent from day one. Set out your part of the deal so that others can set out theirs and they can work around your deal. They can see if they can benefit from your objectives. Perfect. That's how you make a deal. If other people benefit from your objectives, yes, we have a result. If their part of the deal doesn't fit, or if they can't benefit from your objectives, then you don't have a deal. But also stick to your plan. If you're saying that if you've calculated this correctly, you've done your due diligence on a deal and you've worked out that you need to make, 25% on this deal. And in order for it to work with the other people involved in the deal, you can only make 20%. So calculate that. Is that acceptable to you? If it is, great. If not, don't say, well, 24%. If it fits for them at 20% and it fits for you at 20%, there's the deal. If it doesn't, no deal. Simple as that. Stick to your plan, stick to your guns. A deal is only a deal if everybody is happy with the outcome, and that includes you. You must also be happy with the outcome. And I don't just mean in profit. I don't just mean in goals and targets. Let's think about it. If you're doing this great deal and you get to the end of the deal and someone's lost, someone's not benefited, someone's missed out, or it's been at the detriment of somebody else, then that's going to be with you. That will stay with you. So remember, a deal is only a deal if everybody is happy with the outcome of the deal, and that includes you. So I hope that helps. Good luck to everybody. Let me know what deals you're doing. Take care, everyone.